Chosen one, when it begins, nothing will stop it. It starts as a whisper, a flicker in the void, a pulse beneath the surface of existence. The moment arrives unannounced, yet it has been waiting since the beginning of time. It is the convergence of forces beyond the grasp of logic, the unraveling of a sequence set into motion long before you took your first breath. You have felt it, haven't you? The subtle shifts, the patterns revealing themselves, the undeniable gravity of something far greater than the mundane repetitions of life. It is here now, stirring in the depths of consciousness, calling to those who can hear. And when it begins, nothing will stop it. The path has already been chosen. The design is in place, and you, the one who has been waiting, will soon witness the unfolding of that which cannot be reversed. Before we go deeper, I ask you to stay with me until the very end. This is not just a message, it is a transmission, an energy woven into words. As you absorb it, let its power move through you. And if you feel the resonance, leave a comment below. Write your warmest wishes, send them into the universe, and mark them with the number 77, a symbol of alignment, momentum, and the unstoppable force of what is to come. Because once the energy is set in motion, it will not falter, it will not fade, it will only rise. Now, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive deeper. You must understand, this was never about coincidence. It was never about chance. There are moments in existence where reality bends, where the walls between what is and what will be grow thin, allowing something far greater to push through. It is happening now. Can you feel it? The signs have been here all along, hidden in plain sight, scattered through time, encoded in the very fabric of existence. The dream you had that felt more real than waking life. The number that kept appearing when you least expected it. The sequence of events too perfect to be random. The unshakable feeling that something is coming, something that refuses to be ignored. This is the convergence, the threshold of the inevitable. The old world trembles as the new one emerges. Those who cannot see will remain bound to the illusion of control, to the false comfort of stagnation. But those who feel it, those who know, will not look away. Because once you have seen, there is no unseeing. Once you have stepped onto the path, there is no turning back. This is not about fear. This is not about destruction. This is about motion, about transformation, about the force that no longer allows the illusion to persist. The veil is lifting, the weight is shifting, and those who are ready will move forward with it. The old chains will break, the echoes of doubt will fade, and the truth will stand unshaken, unstoppable. You were never meant to stay asleep. You were never meant to remain in the confines of limitation. There was always something waiting, just beyond the edges of what you were told was possible. And now, it is here. It is happening. The time for hesitation is over. The door has opened, and once you step through, there is no return. But here's the truth. There was never meant to be a return. The path only leads forward. The momentum has begun, and it will not stop. The floodgates have opened, and the current is far too strong to resist. The awakening is not a single moment, not a singular event, but a wave. One that builds, one that rises, one that will not be contained. Some will deny it. Some will try to hold on to the fading remnants of what was. But it does not matter. The force is far beyond the grip of resistance. The foundation that once held them in place is already cracking beneath their feet. And soon, they too will see that there is no stopping what has already begun. You feel it, don't you? The pulse, the rhythm, the rising tide. It is calling to you, pushing you forward, drawing you towards something that cannot be named but can only be known. You do not need to understand it with logic. You do not need to explain it in words. You only need to move with it, to trust it, to step into it without hesitation. This is the moment. This is the shift. And when it begins, nothing will stop it. You have already crossed the threshold. There is no need to look back, because the past no longer holds anything for you. The echoes of what was will try to reach you, but their weight is fading. The old structures crumble, and with them, the illusion of permanence dissolves. You have stepped beyond the cycle of waiting. The moment has arrived, and with it, the force that cannot be undone. It moves like a storm, yet it is not chaos. It is precise, inevitable, and undeniable. Those who try to resist it will find themselves consumed by the very force they deny. But you, who have felt its pull, who have heard its silent call, you will not resist. You will not falter, because deep wit, the world as you knew it, is no longer the same. You have seen the cracks in the foundation, the fractures spreading beneath the surface. They have been there all along, unseen by those who refused to look, ignored by those who clung to what they believed to be unshakable. But nothing is unshakable when the time has come. The cycle is complete. The next phase is here, and it will not be stopped. Everything is accelerating. You have noticed it, the way events unfold faster than ever before, the way reality shifts in ways that defy explanation. Time bends, moments stretch and collapse upon themselves. What once took years now happens in days. What once seemed distant is now within reach. The space between thought and manifestation is shrinking. The world is no longer what it was, and it will never be again. Some will be caught in the current, dragged by the momentum of what they cannot comprehend. They will struggle. They will fight against it, but resistance is futile. The movement has already begun, and nothing in existence can halt its progress. The wise will not fight against the tide. The wise will ride it, move with it, become part of it. You are not chosen at random. You did not arrive here by accident. The moment you are in was always meant to be. Every choice, every path, every detour has led you here, to this precipice, to this shift. You have known it in your bones, in the spaces between your thoughts, in the whispers of your intuition. This was always coming, and now that it is here, you must move with it. The rules that governed reality are no longer the same. What once seemed immovable is now fluid. What was once hidden is now revealed. The thin veil that separated the known from the unknown is dissolving, and with it, the illusion of control shatters. Those who sought to dictate the course of events, to hold back the inevitable, will find themselves powerless against the sheer force of what is unfolding. You have seen glimpses of it, the shifts in perception, the synchronicities increasing, the undeniable sense that something is aligning beyond the reach of logic. And it is. It always has been. You are simply now awake enough to see it. But awareness alone is not enough. It is time to act, to step fully into the current of what is happening. Because once it begins, nothing will stop it. There will be those who try to pull you back, those who attempt to convince you that nothing has changed, that everything remains as it was. But you know better. You feel it. The weight of truth presses against your mind, against your soul, against the very fabric of your being. The illusion no longer holds. The walls have fallen, and in their place, there is only forward motion. This is not the end. It is not destruction, it is transformation. And transformation is relentless. It does not wait for permission. It does not ask for acceptance. It simply arrives, and in its wake, nothing remains the same. The energy surges, breaking down the barriers that once seemed impenetrable. The structures built on falsehood tremble under the force of reality asserting itself. The power that has been waiting, dormant beneath the surface, now rises with unstoppable momentum. You are part of it. You are woven into the movement, into the force, into the inevitable march of what must come to pass. You have felt it growing, haven't you? The pulse beneath the surface, the current moving faster, the shift pressing against the edges of everything you thought was solid. It no longer hides. It no longer waits. It is here, now, and it is moving through everything. The moment of hesitation has passed. The path forward is the only option. Look around you. The patterns are undeniable. The cycle is accelerating, unraveling the old, forging the new in ways that defy the limitations once imposed upon reality. What was thought to be fixed is bending. What was thought to be separate is merging. The illusions that kept the world in its former state are no longer strong enough to hold. You can feel it in the way time itself behaves differently now. Days feel like moments, yet single moments hold the weight of years. Manifestation has become instant, thoughts materializing into action with a swiftness that was once unthinkable. The distance between the seen and the unseen grows thinner. The shift is no longer something approaching. It is happening, and once it has begun, nothing will stop it. The old systems will resist. They will try to reinforce the illusions, to impose control over what cannot be contained. But the foundation beneath them is gone. The cracks have spread too far. The weight of the truth is too great. No force can hold together what was never meant to last. Some will cling to what is crumbling, afraid to step forward, desperate to believe that things can return to the way they were. But deep down, even they know the truth. There is no going back. There never was. The illusion of stability was just that, an illusion. And now, stripped bare, the world must face what it has always been moving toward. You were not meant to stay asleep. You were not meant to be trapped in repetition, bound by limitations that were never real to begin with. You were meant to move, to change, to evolve. And now, the very fabric of existence is pushing you toward that evolution. Those who are ready will step into the flow. They will embrace the momentum, allow themselves to be carried by the force of transformation instead of resisting it. And in doing so, they will become part of it. They will not simply witness the shift, they will embody it. You have always felt it, even before you had words for it. The knowing that something was waiting just beyond reach. The feeling that the world was not as it seemed, that there was something more beneath the surface. And now, that knowing is being confirmed. The unseen is becoming visible. The hidden is being revealed. What was once a whisper is now a roar. Do not fear the collapse of the old. Do not mourn what is fading. What is leaving was never meant to remain. It served its purpose, but now something far greater takes its place. The movement is not destruction, it is creation. The breaking of one form is the birth of another. The end of one chapter is the beginning of the next. And this is only the beginning. The force has just begun to rise. The waves of change will only grow stronger. Those who resist will struggle, but those who align with it will rise with it. You already know which path you have chosen. The very fact that you are here, that you are hearing these words, is proof that you are already in motion. You can feel it pressing against the edges of your awareness now. It is no longer distant, no longer subtle. The pulse of change beats louder, faster, pushing everything forward with relentless force. What was once hidden is emerging. What was once uncertain is now undeniable. The threshold has been crossed, and there is no return. The resistance still lingers, but it weakens with every passing moment. The structures built upon falsehood tremble, their foundations eroding beneath the weight of what has been set into motion. They were never meant to last. They were only placeholders, fragments of an older world that could not withstand the force of what is coming. And now, that force is here. Those who are not ready will look around in confusion. They will try to hold on to the familiar, grasping at fragments of a reality that no longer exists. But no matter how tightly they cling, the current will not stop. It will not slow. It will not wait. The shift does not require permission. It does not pause for those who hesitate. It moves forward, with or without them. And you have already chosen. You would not be here if you had not. The moment you felt it, the moment you recognized the signs, you aligned yourself with what was coming. It does not matter if you doubted. It does not matter if you questioned. The knowing within you was stronger than the uncertainty. That is why you are here now. That is why you are awake. You can feel it accelerating. The moments blur together, the space between thought and action, shrinking. What once took years now happens in an instant. The veil that separated the unseen from the seen is dissolving. The whispers of intuition grow louder, guiding those who are willing to listen. The movement is no longer something to prepare for. It is something to step into. Let go of the need to understand everything with logic. The mind was never meant to grasp the full depth of what is unfolding. This is not a process to be analyzed. It is a force to be experienced. Those who try to explain it away will find themselves caught in the chaos of their own resistance. But those who surrender to it, those who trust it, will move with a grace that defies explanation. The time of waiting is over. The time of watching from the sidelines has passed. You are no longer just an observer. You are a participant, a force within the movement itself. The energy does not flow around you. It flows through you. And as you move forward, you will begin to see the proof of what you have always known. Everything is connected. Every event, every thought, every shift is part of a greater pattern. Nothing is random. Nothing is without purpose. The signs have been all around you, waiting for you to see them. And now that you have, there is no turning back. The weight of this moment is unlike anything before. It is pressing against reality itself, stretching the limits of what was once thought possible. The shift is no longer a distant event, no longer something that can be ignored. It is happening now, unfolding, in real time, unstoppable and absolute. Those who are still asleep will struggle to comprehend what is happening. They will feel the pressure, sense the changes, but they will not have the words for it. They will try to fit the unexplainable into familiar patterns, to force the new into the mold of the old. But the old is gone. The old has already crumbled beneath the weight of what is coming. The ones who are ready, the ones who have been waiting, will recognize the signs instantly. They will feel the pull, the undeniable force drawing them forward. And in that moment, they will know there is nothing to fear. There is nothing to resist. There is only movement. There is only the path ahead. You have already seen it in your own life. The sudden realizations, the rapid shifts, the way the things you once held on to no longer feel the same. You are not who you were before. You are no longer bound by the same limitations. The past is dissolving behind you, its weight lifting as you step into the unknown. Do not hesitate. Do not allow doubt to creep in. You were never meant to remain still. The force moving through the world is the same force moving through you. It is not separate from you. It is you. This is the moment you were always meant to reach. Nothing can stop it. Nothing can slow it down. Every second, it accelerates. Every moment, it gains strength. The world you once knew is shifting beneath your feet. Reality is reshaping itself, aligning with something greater, something beyond what most can yet see. But you see it, you feel it. The illusion has shattered, and in its place, the truth stands unshaken. What comes next will be unlike anything before. Those who are willing to embrace it will rise with it. Those who fight against it will find themselves caught in the chaos of their own resistance. But no matter what anyone does, the outcome is the same. The shift is here, and it will not be stopped. You were never alone in this. Even in the moments of doubt, even when the path seemed unclear, you were always being prepared for what is unfolding now. And now that it is here, you must move forward with it, without hesitation, without fear. The final threshold has been crossed. The momentum has built to a level that no force in existence can resist. What was once a distant shift is now a living, breathing force moving through everything, reshaping the very foundation of reality. There is no pause, no retreat, no hesitation left. Everything is in motion. Look around you. The signs are everywhere. Time itself bends and twists, the past and future converging into a singular point of transformation. The patterns once hidden beneath the surface now reveal themselves openly. There is no denying it. Those who once doubted, who once ignored the whispers, now stand face to face with the undeniable. The acceleration continues. Every moment pulses with greater intensity. The thin layer that separated perception from truth is dissolving completely. The unseen is now visible. The forces that have long operated in the background now surge into the forefront. The shift is total. The transition is complete. And you are no longer just an observer. You are not watching this happen from a distance. You are within it. You are part of it. It moves through you as much as it moves through the world itself. You are no longer a passenger on this journey. You are a force within the movement, a spark within the fire that now burns away the remnants of what was. Do you feel it? The old weight, the burdens of hesitation and doubt falling away? The past no longer holds you. The illusions no longer bind you. Everything that kept you tethered to what was has been released, and now you stand in the full power of what is coming. There is no stopping it. No force can contain it. No structure can withstand it. The walls that once defined the limits of possibility have collapsed. The boundaries between what was and what will be have dissolved. There is only forward movement, only creation, only the emergence of something entirely new. Some will still try to hold on to the past, to resist what cannot be resisted. They will grasp at shadows, trying to rebuild what has already crumbled. But their hands will close on nothing. The tide has turned. The path ahead is irreversible. For those who are ready, for those who have accepted this moment, there is no fear, there is no doubt, there is only trust in the force that has always been present, always waiting, always guiding. You were never alone in this. You were always meant to reach this point. And now that it is here, you must step fully into it. Let go of the last fragments of hesitation. Release the last remnants of the past. This is not something you must wait for any longer. It is happening now. It has already begun. The final barriers have collapsed. The pulse of transformation now moves through everything, leaving no corner of reality untouched. It is not approaching. It is here. The shift is total. The illusion of separation, of delay, of uncertainty has dissolved. What remains is the raw force of what was always meant to be. You can feel it now more than ever. The pressure of resistance has vanished. The weight that once held you in place is gone. The hesitation, the doubt, the fear, they were never real. They were only remnants of a world that no longer exists. And now, you stand fully in the new, untouched by the limitations that once bound you. This is the point beyond choice. The moment where movement is not just possible, it is inevitable. Every second pulses with greater intensity. The walls between the seen and the unseen, between what was and what will be, have disappeared. There is no division now. There is only the forward motion of the unstoppable. The echoes of the past try to call you back, but their voices are fading. They hold no power here. The structures that once dictated reality have crumbled, and in their place, something new rises, something beyond the limits of what was known, something that cannot be explained, only experienced. Some will still struggle to understand, but understanding is no longer required. This is not something to analyze, to measure, to categorize. This is something to become. Those who hesitate will feel lost in the momentum, unable to grasp what is happening. But those who move with it, those who embrace the flow, will find themselves lifted beyond all previous boundaries. You are not alone in this. You were never alone. The force moving through you is moving through all things. Every shift, every change, every moment is part of the same grand unfolding. It is all connected. It always has been. And now, the connections are no longer hidden. They are visible. They are undeniable. There is no stopping it. No force can undo it. No hesitation can slow it down. Reality itself has changed. The old ways of thinking, of perceiving, of existing no longer apply. Those who try to return to them will find nothing there. The doors to the past have closed. The only path is forward. The only direction is transformation. And you have stepped fully into it. You have embraced it. You have become it. What happens now is beyond control, beyond resistance. It is pure motion, pure evolution, pure emergence. It is here. It is happening. We are now entering the moment of culmination. The change that has been building, the force that has been growing beneath the surface, is no longer something abstract. It is here, undeniable and unstoppable, unfolding in front of you, within you, and through you. What has been set into motion is not simply a passing event. It is the beginning of a new reality, a new era, one that will shape everything going forward. As you look around, as you feel the energy surrounding you, understand this. You are part of it. This shift, this wave of transformation is not something happening to you. It is something happening through you. Every step you take, every choice you make, every thought you have is a part of this process. You are a living manifestation of this great change. The resistance you might have felt before, the doubt that whispered in the corners of your mind, are fading into oblivion. They were never the truth. They were distractions, echoes of an old world that no longer exists. You now stand in the full force of what is real, what is true. And in this truth, there is no room for limitation. You might feel the pull of old patterns, old fears, old ways of thinking trying to resurface, but they cannot hold you back anymore. You are no longer bound by the invisible chains that once held you in place. Every obstacle, every limitation, every force of resistance is simply a shadow of what was, a memory of a time that has already passed. What you are experiencing now is freedom. It is pure, unfiltered freedom, the freedom to create, to become, to manifest. The past has no claim over you. The future, though it remains unknown, is now yours to shape. You are no longer a passive observer of your life. You are an active participant, a creator, a force that is shaping the unfolding of reality itself. Do not fear what is coming. Do not fear the unknown. The unknown is not something to be feared. It is the space of infinite possibility. It is the canvas upon which you now have the power to paint your truth. Every possibility exists within this moment. Every dream, every vision, every aspiration is within reach. You are no longer limited by what you once thought was possible. You were never meant to be small. You were never meant to live within the confines of someone else's idea of who you should be. You were never meant to play it safe. The universe has been waiting for you to wake up, to remember who you are, to step into the fullness of your power. And now, you have. You have embraced the shift. You have opened yourself to the flow. You have aligned with the forces of creation, and in doing so, you have become one with it. The old world is gone. What remains is pure potential. It is a vast, open space, waiting for you to claim it. The question is no longer what will happen. The question is, what will you create? What will you bring into existence now that you are free to do so? You are the creator. You are the force. You are the change. The world you once knew is dissolving before your very eyes. What once felt like a constant, something solid and reliable, is now shifting, unraveling, and reforming in ways that defy explanation. The old structures, the old ways of thinking, the old definitions of reality are being torn down. And in their place, something new, something far more powerful, is emerging. This is not just a passing change. This is not a trend or a fleeting moment in time. This is the great unfolding, the transformation of existence itself. And you, yes, you, are at the very center of it. You are the spark that ignites the fire. You are the force moving through the system. The energy that drives this entire process is coursing through you, and with every breath you take, you are becoming more attuned to the grand transformation happening all around you. Feel it, the energy in the air, the sense of something shifting within your soul. It's more than a feeling, it's a knowing. You were never meant to be stagnant, never meant to stay in one place. You were always destined for greatness, destined for this moment. This is your time to rise. The forces at work right now are vast, and their impact is undeniable. They are not only reshaping your personal life, but the world at large. The way we think, the way we feel, the way we interact with each other and with the universe itself is all being transformed. The boundaries that once kept us separate are being blurred. The divisions between what is possible and impossible are being dissolved. And yet, in the midst of this immense change, there is one undeniable truth. You have power. You have the power to step into this transformation fully, to move with it, to shape it as it shapes you. You are not a passive observer of this shift. You are an active participant in the creation of a new world. You were born for this. You were made to be a part of this moment. Every struggle you have faced, every challenge you have overcome, has led you to this exact point. And now that you are here, the possibilities are endless. Do not let fear cloud your vision. Do not let uncertainty hold you back. The time for hesitation has passed. The The time for waiting is over. You are already in the flow, and it is moving faster and faster with each passing moment. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be. Trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Your path has already been set. The universe has been guiding you toward this very moment. And now, it's time to trust that the next step, no matter how unknown it may seem, is part of the grand plan that is unfolding. The change that is sweeping through your life, through the world, is not something to fear. It is something to embrace. You have already taken the first step, and now, every step after that will propel you forward with an unstoppable force. Once you embrace this truth, that you are the creator, that you are the force of change, it becomes impossible to stop. The path ahead is paved with limitless potential, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can stand in your way. The energy that surrounds you is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It pulses with life, with possibility, with power. Every moment is charged with potential, a sense that the world is on the brink of something monumental, something unimaginable. And in the midst of this vast energy, you are not just a witness. You are a creator, a channel for the forces that are transforming everything. Look around you. The signs are everywhere. The subtle shifts, the signs that things are changing. The synchronicities that have started to unfold with increasing frequency. They are not coincidences. They are not random. They are the universe speaking to you, guiding you, telling you that you are aligned with the new world that is coming into being. Every step you take, every decision you make, has the power to shape what is coming next. You are not merely moving through life. You are a force that is actively creating reality. The old limitations no longer apply to you. You are no longer bound by the past, by the fears, by the doubts, or by the rules that once held you back. You are free to create, to evolve, to manifest whatever you desire. The possibilities are infinite, and the choice is yours. The world is shifting, and in this shift, there is no room for stagnation. There is no room for complacency. You are being called to rise, to step fully into your power, to claim your place in this new reality. It is not enough to sit back and wait. This is your moment to act, to take inspired action, to move forward with courage and conviction. The transformation that is happening is not something you need to wait for. It is something you need to actively participate in. Your thoughts, your actions, your intentions are the very tools with which you will shape the world around you. You have everything you need to create the life you desire, to build the world you envision. The universe is not working against you. It is working with you. The moment you align with this truth, you will see the doors of possibility swing wide open. There may be moments when doubt tries to creep in, when fear rises to challenge you. But remember this, you are in control. You are the one who chooses what to believe. You are the one who decides how to respond. The moment you realize that you have the power to shape your own reality, the moment you step fully into your potential, there is nothing at all, that can stop you. The road ahead is not always easy. There will be obstacles, challenges, and moments when the path feels unclear. But every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Every obstacle is a chance for you to expand, to deepen your understanding, to refine your power. The more you embrace these challenges, the stronger you become, the more unstoppable you become. The old world is gone. The structures that once held everything together are crumbling, and in their place, something entirely new is being born. It is up to you to decide what that new world will look like. You are the artist of your own life, and the canvas is wide open. With each brushstroke, you are creating the masterpiece that will become your reality. Now is the time to act. Now is the time to step fully into your power and take ownership of the life you are creating. The universe is already aligning with you. The energy is already moving. All you need to do is take the first step and trust that the path will unfold before you. Once you realize that you are the creator, that you are the force of transformation, nothing can hold you back. The momentum is building, the energy is rising, and the world is opening up to you. The shift is no longer something in the distant future. It is happening now. It is happening with you, through you, and because of you.